We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing right, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm saying Mr. Blitz Tech.
Revenue GS.
Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to the Dune 2021 movie review. Spoilers ahead, but you should be subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're getting these videos when they come, so press that notification bell so when they do drop, be a part of the conversation. Comments down below what you think of the movie. Go ahead if you want to write an essay, what you think, and woo! Any spoilers you want to drop?
Oscar Isaacs
Death
dies,
counts.
right?
Yeah.
Jason Momoa dies. Everyone dies, pretty much.
So like 3 people left. Which is very interesting because like Raw, how, because obviously they've announced the sequel's coming out, but when I was watching I was like, yo fam, they murked a high caliber cast and a lot of them didn't last very long. So
I think that just plays into their whole plan of we're doing bare movies.
Right.
So it's like we get a star-studded cast. It doesn't matter if we kill them off because really we want to grow with Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's really the thing. We're going to grow with their careers. I'm just going to run this down and just tell you guys how I feel about the movie generally. Listen, I love Denis Villeneuve. I love the cast of this movie, but I was super disappointed with the film. I felt like in terms of cinematography, sci-fi world and all of that stuff, it is all amazing. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. But like, I just felt like the world was kind of empty. It didn't really speak to me, like, personally. And the thing what's weird is I actually do like the story that they were telling. But like it just didn't grasp me. Like I didn't get sucked in the way I got sucked into like a rival. I felt like the whole of the movie was just trying to get us to the second movie. Like I didn't feel like they was trying to like really have something happen here.
it was like
Do you know what I'm saying?
a very big introduction.
Yeah, it was just
to the world.
a large intro. And it's like, I know today it's all about franchises and stuff like that, but you've still got to deliver as a standalone singular movie. And I feel like for me, Dune does not do that. And that's what like has led me to like be like super kind of disappointed with it, especially with the build up, especially with the cast. See, it's like I love all of those things, but that makes it even worse when I'm like thinking about it as a whole. Like I just feel like I'm glad you man got a sequel to shoot another shot. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, like it just didn't land the way I wanted it to. So I was kind of disappointed with the movie.
Yeah, I came out feeling like something's missing here. You've mentioned already, visuals, score, everything's a banger. But then at the end of the movie, I was like, fam, we just went through all of this, and it's like I came out of cinema feeling like there's something big also missing. Like there wasn't like a big payout, but once I saw the tweet, I was actually kind of relieved. But still, I went to watch one particular movie. Now, imagine if there was no second part. If the studio shut down, I don't know, God forbid we get hit with another wave. Like there's endless possibilities something can go wrong for you to have your sequel. And we just get left with this beautiful shot movie with amazing cast. And then that's it. Do you know what I mean? So it was a lot to take in, man. There was a couple of things that I really loved. Some of the dialogue was fire, but then again, that's like 10-15 minutes into the movie. And then maybe towards the end when there's like the fighting scene, but it just felt like there's a lot more to be desired within the first movie.
Yeah, just as you was talking about dialogue, Oscar Isaac's character and his relationship with his son, I thought was fire to me. If you've watched the channel for like a week, you already know Father Son moments get to Joe. So the whole moment where he tells his son that even if he doesn't want to like lead the army and do all of this stuff, that it doesn't matter, he's already achieved everything, he has to be just being his son. That was like, touch man, you get me. But like I said, other than that, I mean, I really wasn't engaged too much with any of the other characters. I thought Jason Momoa's character was cool. He was, he was cool. He was funny. He was that guy. But like, it just didn't get me. And I don't know how to explain what. I don't know why it didn't. But I just felt like there was something missing, like a connection missing between the movie and me.
And that's why I was going to jump on the whole fact of the lines can be delivered very powerful, but that line about him, you don't have to become who I am, all you could do is just be my son, that for me led nowhere. That's what was so crazy about his movie. Like, there's sick actors in this. Like, these guys play their part pretty well, but the character development was a shambles for me. Like I didn't have a connection with one single person in this whole entire movie. Like, all their, like, I didn't even know anyone's goals. Like, I knew who they were, but I didn't know who they wanted to be. So it's almost like, is there a prequel to this then? Because it's almost like everyone's already set in their ways. Everyone's already in their thing. But going forward, it's so dead. And then that's what I was about to say with, like, so character development's dead, and then like it being, like you said, the introduction to this movie, like, I don't know.
You just mentioned that the whole thing about him just being his son. There's only one. I feel like it was like a nugget that maybe I'm hoping, maybe it's just the way I've read it. But when Lady Jessica is having talks with, is that her mum? And she's like, "Yo, we only breed certain way, and you went and had a son." So when I'm looking at these linears, I was like, oh, maybe there's something that's going to pay off a lot later. But then again, this is me hoping. This is me trying to branch out and put the things together when sometimes it shouldn't be that case. Do you know what I mean? And this is where I'm like, I'm kind of resting easy for the second one to see where all these things go. But then again, we're here reviewing this movie, not hoping and, you know what I mean, being prosperous for the second movie. You know what I mean? But but these are the things that really got me interesting when these dialogues come along. Yo, we only have daughters. You went out your way to do this because the way they pattern up their births is to get the next best thing. So now I'm thinking, raw, was Lady Jessica onto something? Especially getting on with Leto, the dad. These are the questions I have. Like, these are the things that wasn't clearly, like, maybe went over people's head. Maybe I'm just over here imagining things. But
that's the thing, like, the world building is actually kind of good. And like you're saying, the cinematography is sick as well, but it just feels like it leads to nowhere. Because obviously, like, the whole guys making a treaty so they can protect the spice. This guy is the only guy who harvests it. There's the actual people on the planet who are trying to stop them so he doesn't become any more rich. All that kind of stuff, the layers there are all sick, but the characters who are actually in the foundations in this movie right now, I feel like their goals are all misplaced. Like, even when they all die, I'm like, there's another guy gone. Like, I feel like you know way about them.
Man didn't care,
And even when you see it coming with Jason Momoa's character, like, you already know he's that cool dude, and I think Timothy tells him, "Oh, you're gonna die. Is it protecting me or something like that?"
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's like, "Well, I already know I'm gonna die fighting."
But don't you think that should have repercussions? Because he's telling him about the future, and then he acts on it. That's like a dead end, no?
That's what I'm saying. So if a man's trying to, like,
is that why when he dies we're like, oh, it's okay because we saw in my man's dream?
Timeline's the timeline, man.
Yeah, but sometimes people try to...
Because you're meddling with it.
I understand what you're saying, fam, but, bruv. Like, the timelines, like I said, the timelines into what happened. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel what you're saying, Sam. I totally agree. And I think we're probably going to find out that the issues that we're having now are hopefully relieved in the next movie. Whereas the arcs are so much bigger than they put in this movie. Do you know what I'm saying? But that does then... this movie then is a sacrifice for later down the line. Do you get what I'm saying? So I know lots of people who've watched the original or deep into the world are going to be in the comments saying all of this stuff. But look, man are reviewing the movie. You, man, you know what time it is. Shut your mouth.
That's what's crazy. Like, imagine, like, you've heard about the books. You heard about what it's done for sci-fi. You heard about the previous movie.
But you've only watched this. That's the issue.
Into the thing. Like,
that is the issue.
That's crazy because when you look back at other movies who have done this, where they are planned for new movies to come out, and that's the introduction into their world, I hate to say it, but something like Lord of the Rings fleshed out mad characters, mad world building into one 3-hour movie. And that's my first time jumping into Lord of the Rings. And even I was like, this is the end. No, I need to see more. But with this, I was like, that's the end. Oh, okay.
Just there was no after feelings after the end credits was done. This is a problem. This is an issue when someone goes watch your movie. You know what I mean? Like, we should be feeling some type of way. And the fact that I just zero, like no ups, no downs, just there. Like, that's when it ended for me. And I think that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
And that's when they were like, yeah, well, hopefully we get a part 2. I'm like, I really hope you guys do get a part 2, but that's actually mad to hope.
I'm actually and this is the problem again. We're hoping. Opium is a drug, fam. Listen, yeah. Man's traded before. Listen, opium is a no good feeling, innit? Like, I'm so full aware of it, but I'm still hopeful that when the second one comes out, the first one is gonna blow my mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
But hopefully you Winter Soldier it, you T2 it, you Godfather 2 it. Hopefully.
Do you know what I mean?
Fingers crossed for you, man. Still.
Yeah, still.
You man are getting a lot of optimism from us, bruv.
That's what the movie actually done for a lot of
but
people.
But that's because
though.
it's a very well, like, the world is sick.
Yeah.
Bro, like, the sound was mad. That's probably like the best thing that happened to me. The sound was nuts.
Optimism.
It's crazy.
That's actually crazy.
That's the worst.
This is the first time I've experienced this from a movie. Where I'm like, I hope they do make another one. I do want to see it continue.
But that's the thing.
Because
that's because there is so much potential with it. Like, you didn't do nothing crazy. You just
they did. The cinematography.
I'm talking about negatively.
Man started 10 out of 10. Man, everything.
Yeah.
Production, 10 out of 10. Man said that from the beginning. 10 out of 10. But the movie as a whole, we're going to say, bam, decent. Yeah? Optimism. High.
It's true. Like,
This is where we're at.
You have to put it like that.
That's
So,
bad.
no, it's true.
Yeah, there you go.
Get me.
Yeah. Decent movie, if anything. So, guys, let us know in the comments down below. Is this your first jump into Dune? Have you read the books? Have you seen the previous movie? What do you think about this movie? Did you hope for a sequel? Are you ready for a sequel? I heard it's like next year. That's mad, you know.
October 2023.
Damn.
So that means they already had they continued shooting and they had it planned.
That's
They
it.
just,
Done.
it's done. The movie's pretty much done. They probably had the bits here and there.
That's
and yeah.
Just cut bits out and just.
But I'm glad we don't have to wait that long as well.
True. That's actually very, very true, actually.
That's a positive.
That's very, very true. And on that note, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more reviews, reactions, all them things there. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe on Further the Cyber Nerds.
Peace.